OSG, OSG, change the game. Come together, bringing leaders, we don't play. Make a difference, being different, switching lanes. OSG, OSG, change the game.
The one thing I was always most concerned about in our schools is, do we depend solely on adults to save lives, right? And when I asked Rock, to talk to us about when does a person need CPR? And Rock I'll never forget what Rock said. A person needs CPR when they're dead, when they're dead already. And people got to know that what happened to Jamal on Monday is he died, not
that
once.
He died on the field.
But died twice. He died on the field and he died in the hospital. Wow. And the one thing that saved his life was CPR. Again, I'm gonna have Rock talk a little bit about it as well, Lace. But I think what people have to understand, remember, Lace, they put that man in an ambulance to then have to take him out of the ambulance to put him on the ground to actually perform CPR, because they knew at that moment he had stopped. His heart had stopped and everything. And so I just keep thinking about our young people who are running around the schools, bumping into one another. I think about our kids who are playing sport. I'm thinking about our teachers who have pre-existing conditions. I'm thinking about our family members who come pick up children at the end of the day. And what I always wonder about, Lays, is, do we really take certain things for granted? News articles about young people saving other adults' lives by performing CPR. So, Rock, tell me some of the young people, the ages that you have worked with when it came to this CPR and how important it is to teach you so young.
I started as young. The youngest I've taught is 10 years old that I started with. And obviously, then it went up from there. You got to remember, kids are sponges. It's all a matter of how you deliver the information, and they learn. Here's the deal. Everybody should learn CPR because everybody dies. That's what makes sense. And just to piggyback off what Dennis was saying, at one of the schools that I serviced their AEDs out in Jersey, that's exactly what happened. The referee dropped dead. And the kids started CPR on them until adults came to take over. That's exactly what happened. Had those kids not taken a CPR class, they would have stood there not knowing what to do.
And that's what I think that what we were trying to talk about months ago, that what Travis has done here is, yeah, every one of his staff members are CPR trained. Yes, he's CPR trained. But what was so important was he needed to get his young people trained too, because what it does is it increases the chances of somebody being able to save a life, whether it's with their peers, whether it's with somebody younger, or whether it's their teacher. Because at this point, it don't matter who saved my life, just save it, right? I don't care if you're 10 years old, 15 years old, let's do it. And I think we got to start to have these realistic conversations when we talk about health and wellness, that guess what? That's not only about us, that's about preparing young people for this conversation as well. The reason why I asked Rock to come here and to have this conversation with us is so that we get a clear understanding as to why young people, especially our young people, should know CPR and other life-saving functions, functions and techniques. They have to. Our kids see more death, more trauma than anybody else in the country, in the world. We got to do a better job of making sure that our kids have access to other ways in which to help. There's nothing worse than a young person watching their parent die from, say, diabetes or something like that, and just don't know what to do. Let's do a better job of preparing our young people for this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we obviously, by the way things have gone this week, we can't run from this conversation again. I just want to ask Dr. D. Nice also too to give us one of your tidbits for us so that we can do what's right for our bodies and for everyone else's.
Yeah, this definitely was a moment of awakening. It should have been for a lot of us, to see how precious life is, because this was truly, truly incidental, accidental, 1 in a million, his heart being hit, his chest being hit, just the right moment, just the right time, just the right amount of impact. And just understand that the value of life, you're here, you have the opportunity to help young people. And well, with doing that, make sure that you take the best care of yourself as you can. Because as Rock Logic alluded to earlier, this is a young man, and his youth definitely was helpful in this regards. And the fact that he's an athlete is also helpful, will help him in some of his recovery. So make sure, we're taking good care of ourselves. Yeah, none of us really young these days. And some of us are way past our super athletic days. But let's just take some time to really just take care and value our bodies, the one body that we have. Just take the best care of it as we can, and just love and care for each other. That's a huge part of being human, loving and caring for each other, because you just never know. You never know. I'm sure when this young man went on the field, he didn't expect this. No one expected this. That's why everybody's so shocked and just torn up by this. It's unexpected. Love and care for each other, and love and care for yourself also.